So today I feel like it's a good day to share some information with you all. And yes, I'm driving because if I try to record when I get home today, I know that it will not be successful because I have a lot going on today. So I will utilize my time to leave work and pick up kids to give you all an update. So I think it's important for me to be able to share every aspect of everything as much as I possibly can. The whole point of just winging it was for me to be as transparent as I possibly could with sharing my life experiences with you all. I'm no life coach or life expert or anything like that. All I can do is talk about my experiences and hopefully the things that I've gone through and that I'm able to share with everyone will hopefully, help the next person get through something that they may be going through. The whole point is for me to help people realize that they're not alone, that they don't have to go through things on their own. A lot of things I felt like I had to go through on my own, mainly because I didn't want to open up to other people about things that I was going through, because I'm always the strong friend. I'm always the strong friend, the strong sister. I'm the go-to person. So how can the go-to person have all these issues and problems? Because you're carrying everyone else's weight on your shoulders. So it's kind of hard for you to process going through things because you're always trying to help other people. So nonetheless, I just wanted to share some information with you all. So sometime last year, probably during the month of October, I started to look more into my health. It had been some time since I had my daughter where I didn't feel like myself. I started experiencing like crazy body pains, more than normal. Just a lot of back pain, joint pain. Just always really, really tired all the time, and it's like nothing really seemed to help it. It was always, it was a pain that just lingered. Some mornings I struggled a lot to be able to get out of the bed. I couldn't explain the level of fatigue that I have sometimes, and so I was like, let me get myself to a doctor. I didn't have a general practitioner here in Baton Rouge because I'm never really sick, and I'm always that person that feels like, if I'm feeling like I'm dying, I'm gonna go to the ER, I'm gonna go to urgent care. Like I didn't have a doctor. So I found a doctor. I went for my first appointment, and I went with like a list of issues to discuss with the doctor. So, they did normal blood work protocol, as they do anybody that goes to the doctor for the first time. They'll do a regular panel of blood work to kind of see where you are, because nothing really tells what's going on, like your blood work and stuff or whatever. So they did the first panel. They called me back the next day, and she was like, after reviewing your chief complaints and looking at some of your levels, I would like to run some additional tests. At this point, I'm just like, okay, whatever, So I went back in. She asked that I come that day, so I went back in that day and ran some additional tests. And she said, we'll get back to you in a few days. She called me back 2 days later and asked me if I could come to the office. So I'm like, here we go. Like, if I would have just never went to the doctor, you know, none of this would be going on. So I go to the doctor. She's like, you know, normally around this age is whenever some people start to exhibit signs of lupus. So she asked me if anyone in my family had lupus, and I'm like, no, not to my knowledge. I don't even know anyone that has it or whatever. So she said, based upon this second panel of blood work and your original complaints, she said, I have some concerns that you're displaying signs for lupus. So I'm like, okay. So she's like, I can't give you a definite. I would like to run some more tests and to send you get some x-rays and stuff or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So at this point, I still haven't told my boyfriend. I still haven't really told my mom or anything, because I don't like to worry people. I want to, you know, if it's just like a scare, then no need to scare people, you know, if you don't have to. So I did the third panel of blood work, went do the x-rays, went back to the doctor a few days later. They reviewed the x-rays, and they did my hands and my knees, and she was like, you know, there's a whole lot of inflammation and stuff like that or whatever. So they started talking about rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm like, I'm 28, like, what the hell? So she was like, I have another panel that I want to run of blood work. So at this point, I'm looking at her like, ma'am, somebody got to pay for all this blood work to be done, you know. So my insurance wasn't covering all these additional tests to be ran, but nonetheless ran the test. So did that, and so she's like, she said, we're gonna go ahead and make the diagnosis. She was like, you exhibit all the signs, the blood work is, you know, coinciding with your complaints. So she referred me to a specialist, who I started going to, and so all of this happened like at the end of last year. So here we are in March. I've had a few trials with different medication. I'm not a medication person. I hate taking medicine. I don't really feel like I'm not big on pain pills. I don't feel like pain medication it doesn't treat pain. I think it just makes you sleepy, and you don't feel pain in your sleep. But when I wake up, you know, I'm still in pain. So I don't take pain medication. At one point, I was on Xanax for depression, and I felt like I was becoming addicted to the Xanax, and so I stopped taking them. And so anything that falls in line with any type of narcotic pill, I don't want to take it. I don't want to put myself in that situation again. So I wasn't too happy about the pain pills. I started taking medicine, inflammatory medication, steroid medication, to try to help regulate my day-to-day. And so far, the medications that I've tried have not agreed with me. I have had hair loss. I've had fluctuation in my weight. I've had allergic reactions to where my face swelled up. I had all kind of patches all over my body. So it's, in the short time that I've been diagnosed, it's been a little bit more rockier than it was before I was even diagnosed. So this is all still very new to me. I'm sharing this in hopes that maybe someone will reach out and give you girls some information. I am I'm currently about to start going to a new doctor. I feel like the one that I'm seeing now is just not listening to what I'm saying. She's heavy on wanting to push meds, which I know that it's important for me to be able to take something to help regulate, but I'm a more holistic girl, so I have been doing the more holistic approach to try to help me get through some of this. I'm just not heavy on medication, so I just thought that it was important for me to share this tidbit with you all, and hopefully, you know, like I said, it will result in someone giving me some information, because it's still very new to me. It hasn't even been a year yet. Sometimes when I read stuff on the internet, I feel like I'm killing myself off, because there's so many things to read, and the internet is such a large database of information. It's kind of hard to sort through everything. So I prefer to talk to people who are going through it, who understand it, you know, who can give me some real life information, some real life reviews about it, because I think that would be super helpful for me, and maybe I can, you know, I can pass that information along to someone else who may be going through it. I think it's important that you guys listen to your body. I don't know, it's a black thing that we don't ever want to go to the doctor for anything and get ourselves checked, and your body really does tell you when it's going through something. Like, it's not, you're not just hurting for nothing, you're not just, you know, sleeping for nothing, you're not just off balance for nothing. Like, there's a reason behind everything, and your body really does tell you when something is wrong. So don't wait until it's too late and you have reached a point where something is irreversible now because you didn't actually go out and get yourself checked out and treated. So I just wanted, like I said, to share that information. I don't y'all don't come with the sympathy comments, because I'm good. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a pusher. I push through everything. I'm not I'm so optimistic. I get on my own nerves sometimes. I find it really hard to bask in negativity. Like, I'm just a positive person. That's just me. So don't come with the sympathy, y'all. You know, a little prayer never hurt nobody. You know, some days, I'm not gonna lie, some days are worse than others. I mean, my body sometimes feels like it's on fire. Like, literally, I feel like sometimes my joints and my back are burning. Like, there's no other way for me to describe it. And it's rough sometimes, but when you're a mom and you work and you have, you know, I got things to do. I don't have time to be sick all the time. You know, I have things to do, but I try to get as much rest as I can. But anybody who's out there that's a parent, a real parent, knows that it's hard to rest when you have kids at home. So, you know, I'm making it. I'm good. I'm not dying, y'all. I'm gonna be okay. But if you, on a serious tip, if any of you guys out there have any information regarding lupus, I would love for you to share that information with me, not only to help myself, but to possibly help others. I met a beautiful young lady today named Alexis, and I wasn't intentionally eavesdropping or listening to her conversation, but I overheard her talking to someone about herself having lupus. She's 21. She was diagnosed at 17, and such a beautiful spirited young lady. I met her today. I'm trying to help her find a job. Super high spirits, Her story was definitely touching. She's had some. She definitely has had some issues when it comes to the stage of lupus where she is. So, nonetheless, if she can be that optimistic about the things that she's had to go through while having lupus, then I feel my optimism is warranted. So I hope you all have a very, very blessed afternoon, and I will check in with y'all soon.